We have commentators laughing at this.
Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it blocked.
They realized that they were laughing and then quickly stopped themselves like, oh, I can't laugh. I'm live right now. I can't laugh. I'm live right now. Let me get real serious.
Reebok has placed a multi-million-dollar bet that could either redefine sports marketing or become its most embarrassing failure. They've given a signature shoe deal, the highest honor in the industry, to Angel Reese, a player who has become a viral sensation for failing at the most fundamental skill in basketball. With a layup percentage that would be shocking at a high school level, she is a walking contradiction. This is the story of how an athlete can be a marketing genius and a basketball disaster at the exact same time, and how a legendary brand gambled its future on that paradox.
The Washington Mystics just put belt to ass on Angel Reese and the Chicago Sky. Sonia Citron was out there cooking with hot grease. Stir the pot, stir the pot. Keep cooking, Sonia. That was a show. She put on a flat-out show versus Angel Reese in the Chicago Sky. Boy, did they ruin Angel Reese's homecoming.
The story begins not on the court, but in a corporate boardroom. Reebok, a legacy brand desperate to reclaim its former glory, needed a game changer. Under the new leadership of basketball legend Shaquille O'Neal as its president of basketball, the company decided to go all in. They made Angel Reese their first major signing, offering her a multi-year deal and the promise of a signature shoe, the Reebok Ace, set to launch in 2026. Shaq, a man who knows a thing or two about marketability, didn't just sign her, he anointed her.
The Chicago Bravado once again got their ass kicked. Angel Reese was so bad last night, the announcers calling the game, they were laughing at her performance. Check out some highlights for yourself. Well, Casey, you always do this. You select a couple of bad plays and try to convince us that Angel Reese isn't a superstar.
He publicly compared her to himself and Allen Iverson, two of the most disruptive and dominant forces in basketball history. He claimed Reese had the same culture-shifting potential. On paper, it was a bold, aggressive move. Reebok was betting on her massive social media following, her unapologetic personality, and the Bayou Barbie brand she had meticulously built. They weren't just buying a basketball player, they were buying an influencer. But while the marketing department was busy designing logos and planning launch parties, the on-court product was telling a very different and much more embarrassing story.
This was an epic embarrassment, bro. Remember, this is a pro basketball player. Won a national championship. Their calling card they'd like to hang over is she beat Caitlin Clark. Remember that. Watch this.
Also with the miss, Angel Reese picks it up, what she's good at. Getting another offensive rebound. She says, give me that. How about another? Persistence trying to pay off. Jones gets a piece. Angel Reese won't give up. Jones with another block.
Are you serious, guys?
For a professional basketball player who stands 6'3" and plays primarily under the basket, making a layup should be as natural as breathing. For Angel Reese, it has become a mathematical impossibility. Throughout her rookie season, she has managed to achieve a statistic that is almost hard to believe. She shoots just 31.5% on layups. To put that in perspective, the average WNBA player converts those shots at a rate of 70 to 80%. Reese has turned the most guaranteed shot in basketball into less than a coin flip.
Spin cycle, the Angel Reese, face up. Oh, here we go. Oh, snap, cook up, crossover. Crossover right to the rack, and but we got our own rebound. Beautiful. We got our own offensive rebound. Here we go again. A little bit of travel action in there. And we missed another. But don't worry. We grabbed our second rebound. Let me just posture up real quick. Talk my ish. You can't guard me. Point forward, Angel Reese.
This isn't just a slump. It's a fundamental breakdown that has provided endless content for social media. In one infamous sequence against the New York Liberty, she missed 4 consecutive putback attempts in just 12 seconds, 2 of which were blocked by a shorter player. The clip went viral, not as a display of hustle, but as a masterclass in unintentional comedy. It's one thing for fans to create memes. It's another when the people paid to call the game can't stop themselves from reacting.
With her dominant performances in June, she earned her All-Star selection. But these aren't just a couple of bad plays. These aren't bloopers. These aren't rare moments. This is the norm. The same thing happened last week when the Chicago Bravado got their ass kicked by the Minnesota Linkers. I don't have to convince you that Angel Reese has no impact on winning. Just look at her record. Look at her resume in the WNBA.
Inside in Washington has done that incredibly well so far. Reese missed the first one, still with it locked.
The most damning evidence of Reese's struggles isn't found in a box score, but in the sound of a live broadcast. NBA commentators are trained professionals, skilled at creating excitement out of routine plays. Yet when Angel Reese drives to the basket, a strange thing happens. The hype often dies, replaced by a mix of confusion and disbelief. During a recent game, after another inexplicably clumsy miss on a wide-open layup, one announcer was heard letting out an audible, frustrated chuckle. It wasn't a mean-spirited laugh, but something far worse, the sound of professional bewilderment. It's the sound of someone whose job is to sell the game's excitement being confronted with a moment so baffling that they can't maintain their composure. When you've lost the announcers, you haven't just had a bad play, you've created a crisis of credibility that no marketing campaign can easily fix.
We go through All-Star break, we come back, 9 turnovers. We sit out with a back injury, we come back, can't make a fundamentally sound layup. Maybe they rushed you back from injury. Tyler Marsh, did you rush her back from injury? Tyler Marsh, I'm looking at you.
Just as the viral videos of her missed layups reached a fever pitch online, a new development emerged. Angel Reese was sidelined with a back injury. While injuries are never to be celebrated for Reebok's marketing department, it must have felt like a merciful pause. The injury temporarily stopped the weekly flow of blooper reel content, giving the collective basketball world a moment to recover from the trauma of watching a professional athlete turn easy shots into high drama. The timing was almost poetic. Her absence coincided with a highly anticipated matchup against Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever. This meant that viewers were spared what could have been a brutal, lopsided comparison on a national stage, saving both Reese and her sponsors from a potentially humiliating news cycle. The injury provided a convenient escape hatch, a moment for the narrative to reset. But the underlying problem hadn't gone away, it was just on a temporary hold.
I'm no expert in math, but it looks like Angel Reese wins 1 out of every 3 games. If I remember correctly, Angel Reese has beaten a team with a winning record once this season. So you tell me how Angel Reese impacts winning.
Who I went to school with. I'm not gonna follow people who are not friends of mine, but acquaintances, right? Again, you don't have to. I'm not gonna do that to you. But again, sometimes I'd be looking at their page and bro, you were fucking lucky, cause I was about to. I wanted to unfollow you so fucking bad, but again, I'm not no celeb, so I ain't gonna do it. But I low-key be plotting on niggas to unfollow me, just so I could be like, bitch! I don't even fuck with you like that. For real, for real. And a lot of times, I be wanting to unfollow people because a lot of people don't even really post on social media.
Of course, an individual player's struggles are always magnified when their team is losing, and the Chicago Sky are not just losing, they're performing a season-long nosedive into basketball irrelevance. The team is currently riding one of the worst records in the league, defined by long, soul-crushing losing streaks. This creates a fascinating paradox. With Reese on the court, they struggle to win. But a deeper look at the analytics reveals something even stranger. When she is off the court, the team's offensive efficiency is in some ways even worse. They can't seem to win with her, but they are completely lost without her. It's like complaining about a leaky faucet in a house that's on fire. This puts WNBA legend and head coach Teresa Weatherspoon in an impossible position. How do you build a winning system around a star player who is both essential for rebounding, but simultaneously sabotages the offense with her shocking inefficiency near the rim?
She had a good game, 22 points, 13 rebounds, but she shot terribly. She got bailed out so many times, throwing up brick layups, getting phantom foul calls from the refs. She did make 10 of 11 free throws, so that is good. 6 of 16 from the floor is not good at all. 0 of 1 from 3. She was a -11. Listen, man, Kiki Area Fan got the better of her today.
This crisis is compounded by the very brand that made her so attractive to Reebok in the first place. Reese has cultivated an unapologetic and often confrontational persona. She embraces the role of the villain, a strategy that can be incredibly effective in building a loyal fan base, but that brand backfired spectacularly during a game against the Indiana Fever, after her teammate Chennedy Carter delivered a cheap shot to superstar Caitlin Clark. The cameras cut to the Chicago Sky bench. There, Angel Reese was seen leaping to her feet, smiling and applauding Carter's actions. The moment went viral for all the wrong reasons. It wasn't just about rivalry anymore. For many, it crossed the line into poor sportsmanship. It reinforced a narrative that her brand wasn't just about confidence, but about a dismissiveness that was hard to market. Reebok wasn't just selling a shoe, they were now implicitly tied to every controversial moment, making their investment riskier with every game.
Great ideas. Wants to bring in talent to grow Reebok and like have people wear it again because no one does. So one of his genius decisions was this. Fucking signing her, Angel Reese. If you don't know who she is, she's the queen of like fish out of water going after a rebound that she shot herself and can get in the net ever. She reminds me of a 3-year-old shooting on those little kids' nets and throwing the ball and just completely missing the mark.
This brings us back to the central multi-million-dollar problem. How exactly do you market the Reebok Ace in 2026? Traditional endorsements are built on aspiration. Kids bought Air Jordans because they wanted to be like Mike. Fans wear LeBron shoes to feel a connection to a champion. The marketing pitch is simple. Wear these shoes and you can channel the greatness of the athlete who wears them. What is the pitch for a shoe endorsed by Angel Reese? Miss layups with the confidence of a superstar. The dilemma for Reebok is profound. Do they delay the launch, hoping her game magically improves? Do they pivot entirely and market the shoe as a lifestyle product, implicitly admitting it has no connection to on-court performance? Or do they push forward, risking a launch that could become the most expensive joke in the industry? Industry insiders are whispering that the company is in crisis mode, trying to figure out how to sell a product whose primary ambassador actively undermines its core purpose.
Tyler Marsh has this point forward thing on lock. Tyler Marsh has this Angel Reese point forward thing on lock. There we go, pushing the pace. Oh, yeah, Angel. It's okay. It's okay. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. Don't be mad. All right, here we go. We got an entry pass. It looks like it's going to be to Elizabeth Williams, and oh, goodness.
It is impossible to discuss Angel Reese without mentioning the shadow that looms over her entire professional career. Caitlin Clark. Their college rivalry was electric, a perfectly scripted drama of contrasting styles and personalities that brought record viewership to women's basketball. But in the pros, that rivalry has dissolved into a one-sided comparison that only serves to magnify Reese's shortcomings. While Clark has seamlessly transitioned, breaking viewership records and proving she is every bit the generational talent she was advertised to be, Reese has floundered. Every record Clark breaks and every arena she sells out serves as a constant, brutal benchmark. The narrative is no longer about a compelling back and forth. Instead, it's about one star ascending to legendary status while the other becomes a cautionary tale. This puts Reebok in an even tougher position, as their chosen face of the brand is consistently and publicly being overshadowed by a rival who represents everything an athletic brand desires: undeniable, game-changing talent.
Stop it. There's a dude on the internet who cracks me up. On TikTok, he's put together a load of Angel Reese clips, and it'll say Angel Reese part 36. And it goes, Angel Reese going up for another layup. She misses. Bang! And I mean, dude, it's the funniest. And my whole thing is this, dude. She just seems as uncoordinated as a baby giraffe. Yeah, I mean, come on, man.
In a strange twist of modern media, Angel Reese's greatest cultural impact may not be her play, but the content generated by her failures. An entire cottage industry has emerged on TikTok, X, and YouTube dedicated to compiling her missed layups, turnovers, and awkward plays. These clips, often set to circus music or paired with comedic sound effects, generate millions of views. This has created a perverse incentive structure where athletic incompetence becomes a form of entertainment. She has achieved a level of name recognition that far exceeds that of a typical rookie, but it's a fame built on a foundation of mockery. This is the new meme economy, where outrage, failure, and drama are the currencies that the algorithm values most. For Reebok, this is uncharted and dangerous territory. Does this negative attention count as brand visibility, or does it poison the well, ensuring that consumers will only ever associate their product with a joke, not with athletic achievement?
Like, she is so bad that when Caitlin Clark and her were supposed to face off against each other the other week, the ticket sales went down from $100 to like $5 because Caitlin Clark got injured. She had a quad injury, so she wasn't playing. So guess what? No one wanted to go watch. And if you don't know Caitlin Clark, she's pretty much the GOAT of the WNBA and is the reason why people are watching. No one watches you, Angel Reese. No one watches you. The only thing that I enjoy watching is all the clips on TikTok of you just countlessly just missing every shot that you take.
As the 2026 launch approaches, Reebok is facing a terrifying corporate dilemma known as the sunk cost fallacy. The company has already invested millions in the design, development, and initial marketing of the Reebok Ace. To pull back now would mean admitting a colossal mistake and writing off a huge investment, but to push forward could be even more damaging. Releasing a signature performance shoe for an athlete known for underperformance could make the brand a laughingstock, potentially destroying its credibility in the basketball market for years to come. Whispers of potential exit ramps have begun to circulate. Could they invoke obscure performance-related clauses in her contract? Is a buyout on the table? Or is their only move to strip the shoe of its performance branding and release it as a generic lifestyle product? Every option is a bad one. They are rapidly approaching the point of no return, where the financial and reputational damage of a failed launch becomes inescapable. As the 2026 launch date inches closer, the Angel Reese experiment stands as an unprecedented case study in the risks of modern sports marketing. Reebok bet on a brand, not a player. They invested in social media buzz, not fundamental skill. And now, they are tethered to a phenomenon where an athlete becomes more famous for her failures than her successes. Every missed layup, every viral blooper, and every loss for the Chicago Sky adds another crack in the foundation of their massive investment. The clock is ticking, and the question is no longer if her on-court performance is a problem, but whether it will completely derail one of the biggest marketing gambles in sports history. Will the Reebok Ace be a revolutionary triumph that proves brand is all that matters? Or will it become a cautionary tale, a monument to a time when hype completely detached from reality, leaving behind nothing but a warehouse full of shoes nobody wants and a legacy of failure? The world is watching, and for all the wrong reasons.